Okay, it's the end of day 2 in Svalbard. Today was the first day of lectures, which was pretty interesting. We started off talking about some general principles in Svalbard safety. We discussed sort of the obvious threats, cold, hypothermia, avalanches, polar bears. And then we discussed the less obvious dangers. So, for instance, unlike most of mainland Europe, Svalbard has quite a large occurrence of rabies, and so it means that in many ways the local Svalbard foxes, which are very cute, are in fact just as dangerous. We then talked about Svalbard weather and how to dress for it. So Svalbard is very far up north, it's at 78 degrees latitude, but despite this it's considered to be, or it's called the warm Arctic, if you can believe it. So it means that largely due to the Gulf Stream, and these days also largely due to climate change, Svalbard is actually quite warm considering where it is. The west coast of Svalbard is always, or very rarely freezes, and the average low temperature during the winter months is around -15, -20, which depending on where you are might sound cold, but it's if you're Finnish it's not too bad. and lastly, after lunch we practiced setting up an emergency camp. This began by the instructor asking how many of us had gone tenting in the winter, to which essentially no one raised their hand. And then we proceeded to light the camping stove and pitch a tent in the windy, dark, snowy parking lot of the UNIS Svalbard University Centre complex. It's a little different to camping in how I've traditionally done it, where there's warm weather and beer involved, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. So yeah, that was the day. Tomorrow is going to be avalanches and how to deal with them. Wednesday is going to be polar bears and how to deal with them. And Thursday is going to be traveling on sea ice and what to do if you fall through. We have been informed that the sea ice exercise will involve a practical experience. So Thursday is going to be exciting and a little cold, I suspect.